Join me on my podcast, A Gift for Grief.
Grief can't happen unless you love somebody in some capacity.
I am on a mission to help society become more grief literate.
And in some ways it can be beautiful. You know, like we were talking about, you know, seeing signs and things. You know, if you allow yourself to sort of, you know, let it punch you in the face, there are also times where it can almost embrace you and you know, it can sort of be felt, I don't know, sometimes I felt like enveloped by this like really strong feeling of love because I feel close to Matt and it's like, oh, this is really nice and really beautiful. And I don't know, but I feel like I wouldn't have had that experience if I hadn't fully sort of leaned into it, you know.
Throughout my podcast, I will be inviting guests to share their personal stories and discuss the strategies that help them navigate their way through grief.
I do grieve the life that I lost. Yeah. And when somebody dies, it's the loss of your future together.
It's important these conversations about grief and loss are heard, as they provide valuable insights for individuals to engage with the subject.
You know, so what I'm saying is be kind. Allow yourself to be sad. There's nothing. You can be sad. You can cry, but equally, you know, also remember to smile. Remember the good times. Your memories are precious.
When I share my story and talk about my grief, it amazes me how many other people start to open up and want to talk about their grief too.
And when the physical body dies, what also dies is the pain that body is in and the burdens of being restricted by a physical body. So all ailments disappear along with the body. The spirit is released. That spirit is free. It does still sit with you, be around you. I believe that all the time. I think, again, when people are a little bit more tuned in, you can sometimes sense it, smell it. We are energy at the end of the day, and that energy is very, very powerful.
We need to hear these conversations so as a society we can learn how to engage with grief. Let's embrace these conversations and support each other.
But a lot of the time, understandably, people try and block the grief by filling their time and filling their mind because they're scared of what's going to come up when they sit in that silence.
Please subscribe to this podcast and show your support by sharing it with your friends and family. This podcast is not about fixing people or forcing the healing process, because grief cannot be fixed. It can only be experienced, processed, loved and cared for. Thank you for your support.